Hello, TCG and Lorcana enthusiasts, and welcome back to yet another Lorcana deck profile, where today we are bringing back a classic deck that I love quite dearly. That is Stitch Rockstar. Today we are looking at Stitch Rockstar with the Steel Engine attached to it. This deck comes from Mario from Super Lorcana World. I'll leave a link down in the description below for his deck profile so you can get his thoughts on the deck. But anyways, I will do a card by card and then give you my thoughts on the deck and maybe some things you could probably change or add depending on how you feel about the deck. But anyways, Stitch Rockstar, if you don't know, is about using the card Stitch Rockstar to basically exert all your 2-cost or lower guys to draw a card. So in essence, the deck is mostly filled with low-cost dudes. But when you put with the Steel Engine, the control engine with, of course, like Fire the Cannon, Smash, Grab Your Swords, Big Tinkerbell, a lot of other control cards, you get a pretty nice menagerie deck together, where it's not aggro like Stitch Rockstar with the Amethyst Engine. This is more control with Stitch Rockstar. So you basically are controlling the board presence, but getting a lot of cards into your hand thanks to Stitch Rockstar. So let's do the card by card now. We got the 4 Hey. He does give the support, but he's also here once again to be, of course, a low-cost guy. We have 4 Lilo, which combines amazingly with the Simba. So if you can put Lilo and then Simba, that's probably one of the best combos out there for the Stitch Rockstar deck. We're playing the 4 Little Stitch to basically shift over for the Big Stitch. 3 Captain Hook. We're not going to do much questing with this. It's just here to be for the challenger and to be a nuisance. We have 4 Simba, the draw Simba and discard Simba, because we want to draw discard so we can see our pieces. We have, of course, our Simba, 4 of the bodyguard Simba. We have 4 Rapunzel because drawing is very nice. We are a control deck, so we want to be seeing our control cards. So using Rapunzel to, of course, get those cards, but also healing Stitch Rockstars, healing our big Tinkerbells, so we can play more control. We have 3 Beast because we want to be able to destroy those cauldrons, those mirrors, those swords from probably our worst matchup being Ruby Amethyst. We have 2 Cerberus here for control. Then we have the 4 mandatory Rockstar. We have 2 Big Tinkerbell here just for her effect to deal 1 damage to everything, as well as basically punching over stuff and dealing damage. 4 Fire the Cannons because we are playing really control here. 4 Smash. We have 3 BR guests to search our deck for the cards we need. 3 Part of Your World. This is very, very strong because of the aspect that if the Rockstar is ever killed or removed from the field, Part of Your World can get this card back, because this deck has one problem. And I believe it's pertinent in this deck. It's more pertinent in the aggro version. That if you lose the Rockstar, you're pretty much just dead on arrival. Your deck just stops immediately, just halts. Now, this deck probably will have the same problem that the aggro version does have, probably a little less, is that the fact that this deck is so fast on gas that if it gets immediately slowed down or stopped, you're just kind of done. Over. But again, we are playing a control variant, so we don't really have the effect that the aggro deck has where you just run out of gas very, very fast. We have the 4 Swords because we like dealing a lot of damage, and 4 Lanterns so that we can quickly go from the Little Stitch into Stitch Rockstar. So by turn 3, you can shift Little Stitch into Rockstar. Because you'll have 3 ink, you can tap the Lantern, and then you have 4. The Lantern does reduce shift costs, which is very, very nice. So anyways, that is pretty much the deck. Cards you could definitely add. I think I've seen this deck with people playing the Aerial in it, which gives you the ability to search out, grab your swords, and sing it. So I highly recommend, if you want to play this deck, maybe getting some Aerials in the deck. I'm not 100% sure where you might want to cut it. You might want to cut like 2 Rapunzels and then put in 2 Aerials, or maybe cutting a Part of Your World down and then maybe 1 Rapunzel and sticking in 2 Aerials. I would probably more or less maybe cut 2 Part of Your Worlds, 1 Rapunzel, and then put in 3 Aerials so you at least have that strong searchability. And of course, then you at least have the 1 card that's search. You can at least grab the Aerial or whatever you need back from your drop zone. Again, be our guest, allowing you to search that stuff. But you could easily play 2 Aerial in the deck just because of the ability of Be Our Guest searching those cards. Another card I think you could easily put in this deck is the Hades, because the Hades can cycle back the Stitch Rockstar into your hand. If you wanted to cut part of your world all together and shift some things around so you could put in the aerials and put in the Hades, you could easily do that. So those are some cards that you can easily put into the deck. I don't think part of a whole new world needs to go in your deck. You don't want to be ditching half your cards in your deck. You want to not be using this card. You could put in the Prince Eric. I think he's very good. Again, he's a 2-drop, but mind you, he only really comes off when he starts his challenger, but he is a nuisance there for his effect. He's still very, very nice. You could put on other little things like the goons in there if you wanted to. Captain Hook to cycle back the cannons is nice as well. That's pretty much it. And the Ruby and the Amber side of things, I don't think there's much you can really put in here other than maybe like the Minnie Mouse, maybe LeFou, so you can quest for 2. And like I said, the Ariel, so you have the Singer Ariel in there so you can constantly be able to sing Grab Your Swords. But yeah, overall, from what I've seen of this deck, it's very, very good. I think it's still going to have the problem of all Stitch Rockstar decks. If Stitch Rockstar dies and you can't follow up with another Stitch Rockstar, you're kind of just out of gas. And this deck might fall into the problem of if your boards get wiped out and you don't have anything, you burned everything out of your hand, then you're probably going to struggle. And then you're out of gas, so you'll kind of just in there. So it does have the 2 problems of Stitch Rockstar, of the fact that if Stitch Rockstar dies, your entire deck kind of just deflates pretty quick. And if you go over, extend too far, and your opponent realizes it and they just wipe your board and you run out of gas, then you're kind of done as well. I don't think you have much of the problem of running out of gas because we are playing control, so we do have the ability to control our opponent's board as much as they maybe have the ability to control our board. But yeah, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this version of Stitch Rockstar. Should I try out another version of Stitch Rockstar? Is there any other versions you've tried out? Let me know that all down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mama Dragon's TCG.